Hello everybody, it's me, the Lonely Crumb. And wow, if you haven't noticed by the title by now, we have made 100 videos. That is just incredible to even think. So what I'm gonna do for all of you is I'm going to give you a little Lonely Crumb origin story. That's right, we're gonna take a little walk through memory lane. So here we go. So it was about, I want to say 2015, I think it was, that I made my first YouTube video. And let me backpedal a little bit. I always, was fascinated with YouTube. I thought it was really cool, but I feel like I lacked the ambition to do it. So just a couple of my favorite YouTubers at the time was a guy named JonTron, and he does a lot of like media reviewing videos, video games, movies, and all that. And he puts his own little kind of like special twist on it. And he has his own little he has like a sidekick, bird named Jacques. And I don't know, I thought he was really cool and entertaining. The first video I ever saw by him was the Pokemon bootleg video, and I urge you to check that out. It is so funny. And another YouTuber I watched a lot was a guy named Mr.Nightmare. Okay, now you're thinking, wow, you just took a 180. You just went from like really cool, happy stuff to dark. Well, he does a lot of like creepypastas and like scary story things, and I don't know, I just was very fascinated in some of the stories that he had to tell us, and something really cool to just late at night, when you're all by yourself, and you just want to sit there and you're bored, and just kind of feel spooked out a little bit. So cool. Check him out. And I've been following him since he was at like 80,000 subs, so it's been a long time, and now he's in the millions, and it's crazy. Now the third one, a lot of you might recognize, Markiplier. Yes, I've been watching Markiplier for I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a very, very long time. And the first video I ever saw by him was his playthrough of Octodad Deadliest Catch, and pretty much he plays this octopus guy who's posing as a dad and a husband, and he's trying to be as much normal as possible without getting caught. And the controls are just horrible, and it's just Mark's commentary of it is just hilarious, and I've been following him since then, and I don't know how long ago that was, but that's insane. And he is, I believe it was before he even hit the million mark for his subs, so it's been a very, very long time. So I'd been watching YouTube on and off, wasn't that serious about it. But then there was another YouTuber I watched, and his name was McJuggernuggets, and he pretty much lived a double life, but he fooled and tricked everybody into thinking that his life was real. And he is famous for the Psycho Kid videos. His dad was very violent, destroying his things, and he'd get a huge reaction, out of it. And like Psycho Kid, Psycho Dad runs over video games is like the first one. It went viral and everything. But I followed him and was like, wow, this is so interesting. And then finally I'm like, okay, this has got to be fake. But it's still really good. It's like watching a TV show. But farther on, he was he wanted to do a contest to try and get smaller YouTubers' names out there, and he called it #MMM. It was like McJuggernuggets Movie Madness Mart on Monday or whatever. I don't remember, but he would give like a little like a theme for each week, and you had to make a video that was like 55 seconds or less than a minute long, and so he one week he was like, okay, all you juggies out there, why don't you make a video on like a fake product, like a commercial, like an infomercial. And I'm like, I could do that. Yeah. So I got my friend together, a couple friends, and this was the birth of my first YouTube channel, Toastbits. And so we got together and we made this cheesy ass video called Morning Slap. And what it was about was when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling kind of sluggish, well, you need something a little bit stronger than coffee. So you got Morning Slap. It was pretty much a coffee can. You take off the lid, and whoop-ah! It gives you a big old wake-up slap. And it was way powerful than coffee or anything out there that you can get. So, in looking back on it, it's really hard to look back on old videos, because then it's very cringy, and seeing how far we've come so far from that first video is just it's incredible. And I'll leave, if you guys really want to see that train wreck of a video, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go check that out. So after that, we were like, that was a lot of fun, and why don't we make some more? So took a little time, and that video actually got out, and people around us saw it, and they're like, wow, that was really funny. You should start making more of them. And we're like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah. So we went that, and from there we went and we moved on and did some gaming videos, some other skit videos, some unboxing, and I gotta tell you, one of my favorite videos I have ever done was on this channel, on Toastbits. It was called The Literal Life, okay? I get a kick out of cheesy jokes, and gosh, this video is just full of them. Literally, almost every sentence in the dialogue had either like obsessive amounts of sarcasm, or it was just a really cheesy knee slapper kind of joke. And I wish that I saved that video for the Lonely Crumb, and I might do that. I might actually remake it and put it on the Lonely Crumb, because it was so funny. It's worth redoing. Oh, hey, Chris.
What's going on, Tim?
You all right, man?
Yeah, just feeling a little tired.
So after that, we started gaining some speed, and we punching out videos here and there, having a lot of fun, and went off to college. I really didn't know what I wanted to do at the time, but I was like, oh, I'll go to college, I'll get a degree for something. It was business, by the way. And was making videos here and there in college, and I'm like, wow, this is really looking up for me. And then it was the summer of 2016. It was on my birthday, to be exact. It was the breakup of Toastbits. Toastbits, no more, man. Seriously, it's no more. The channel Toastbits was made up of me and my ex-girlfriend at the time, and then Chris was there here and there, and like either doing cameraman work or doing some acting or things like that. But yeah, I was at college. It was on my birthday, and just out of nowhere, just a big old bombshell, and I did not take it very well at all. Just being very honest with you, I did not take it very well. I was set in a tailspin. I ended up quitting college, leaving that college, because I didn't want to be there around certain people. I wasn't in the degree that I wanted to do. Like, I didn't know what to do with my life. And I mean, I got the support from my parents and my, to just leave college on, and so I went back home, and I literally fell into the biggest, pool of depression I have ever felt in my entire life. And it was a very, very, very dark time for my life, and I don't know, I just looking back right now, I don't know, it's silly when you look back and see how much it really, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you look back now and it's like, man, your life is so much better now, but at the time it's like you don't know anything else. So you just kind of like pretty much create a black hole and you're drawing yourself into it, and there's like, at the time you feel like there's no escape. But I thought to myself, what made me happy before this? And one was video games. I love playing video games. Another one was doing YouTube. So I thought to myself, why not? Why don't I create my own channel? What's stopping me from doing that? And lo and behold, the Lonely Crumb was born. That's right, the Lonely Crumb was born. And there's very few people out there that know the origins of how I came up with the name. Now, I was trying to come up with a name that did like a play on, like, it was almost like related to Toast Bits, but it was still its own thing. And well, I'm thinking of things like crumb, bread, toast, I'm like, I can't think of anything. And I'm sitting there with my mom in the living room, and she, it was like this little kid that was eating a cookie, and like on the couch, and like got up and left, and mom's like, can you go clean that up for me? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go over there, and she's like, is there anything over there? I'm like, oh no, just this little crumb, this lonely little crumb. And bing! The light bulb went on, and I'm like, she's like, huh, that's hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, that is kind of funny, the Lonely Crumb. I'm like, I'm gonna call myself that. And so here we go, the Lonely Crumb is born. So I'm like, yeah, all right, here we go, I got a name. All right, now what am I gonna do? Okay, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make skip videos, I'm gonna make video game videos. I'm like, all right, so where do I start? And at the time I was still feeling massive amounts of emotion, and I'm looking through my games. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a game video. Okay, just kind of test the waters and see how I do with this. I'm looking, I'm like, what's a game to get a lot of stress, to relieve a lot of stress? I'm like, oh, there's Mortal Kombat. Okay, let's play that. Yeah, let's just beat up on somebody, and it's just, I don't know, you get a lot of aggression out of yourself, beating up on that opponent.
Jesus, this guy means business.
So we played Mortal Kombat, and I felt really good. I'm like, wow, man, I'm back doing my favorite hobby again. And I did that, and I felt really good, and made a couple skit videos, and people that supported Toast Bits were pouring over to the Lonely Crumb, and I don't know, that was probably one of the biggest, most happiest parts of my life, and just knowing that I had that amount of support, from people, and some people I don't even know who you are, and I'm very thankful to have you here, and to stick with me, and it's just an incredible feeling. And so after I did that, I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna keep going and doing some video game videos. I'm gonna do some Throwback Thursday, some comedy sketches, and man, the Lonely Crumb just was a place where I really felt like I could be myself and do whatever I wanted, and it made me really, really happy. So I just was like, bam, I'm just gonna keep going through with it, and just make this video here and this video here, and it was just so much fun. And I think the biggest thing for me is seeing the reaction from you, and it's the best thing in the world to be able to bring some sort of happiness and a smile to someone, someone else you might not even know, just to be able to touch them in some way. And let's fast forward a little bit, and then there's this guy who was interested in video making, and he had some experience, and he reached out to me, and that guy happens to be John. And little did you know, John is actually Chris's older brother, and Chris and I have been friends way back to like, I want to say like middle school. It's we go way back, but I didn't really know much about John. I knew who he was, but never really hung out with him or anything like that. And well, one day I get a message over Facebook. It's like, hey, you know, I hear you're doing video work, you know, and like, why don't we hang out sometime? I'm like, yeah, sure. And this was like the first time I've ever been, you know, I'm going mobile. I'm going somewhere else to make a video with somebody I don't really know much about, but I'm like, it's worth a shot. So we got together, came to his house, we shot the Dungeons and Dragons video, and it was like the icebreaker for our relationship, and it was amazing. I remember one of the takes, we didn't get it on camera, we were doing some practice takes, and yeah, by the way, this is a kazoo. I hit the table really freaking hard, and it made a picture frame behind me come crashing to the floor, and I was like, oh shit, I just broke something in his house. What is he gonna think about me? But it was all cool, and that day was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I found a partner, you know, a friend that I could just bounce ideas off from, and we caught lightning in a bottle, and it was amazing. And from that, it was just, I'm very thankful to be able to, you know, meet him and be with him, and it's just amazing. And to fast forward from there, we made some more videos, and one of my most controversial videos is actually the Harlem auditioning for the Globetrotters. And it was the first video to actually go over 100 views, and it was mind-blowing. I woke up one morning, I look, and I'm like, holy crap! And it actually had a bunch of comments on it, and one of my friends was texting me and was like, hey, did you see your video? I'm like, no. I went and looked, had a lot of views, had a lot of likes. I'm like, wow, this is great. Had some comments on there. They were very, very bad, very mean. And I looked at them. I looked at the guy who did it. I knew exactly who it was, and it didn't get to me at all. It really didn't. It was actually because we made a character called Hoop Shoot Holly, and the guy thought that it was actually modeled after him, and it really wasn't. So he felt the need to kind of try and attack me over the channel, and it's just, I don't know. It is what it is. But moving on from that, we were making some more videos. I know I just keep saying that. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to like make the timeline go farther, you know. But we hit the 50 sub mark, and that was awesome. That was incredibly insane, and I loved making that video. And I actually I dove in a dumpster to get all of those boxes, by the way, that were in that video. And my mom was a big part of that, helping me out with that, and I couldn't believe that we hit a mark like that, and that there was that many people out there that really cared and were showing their support, you know, for the channel, and it was insane. And I don't know, it was like, okay, we had another huge milestone. What's next? The next one was butt deodorizer. Another one of my favorite videos of all time. And that was, I believe that might have been, if I remember correctly, it might have been the first video to reach 1,000 views. And that was, if I thought 100 views was mind-blowing, just imagine what I thought 1,000. So, and that was an idea I had cooking up for years and years. Like, since I was like 14, I'm like, oh, I should, you know, my cat, one time, before Dragathor came along, actually had an accident in the house, and she smelled really bad. So I grabbed a can of Febreze and just like went right on her butt. And I'm like, oh, you got a deodorized butt. And just like a jingle from that just kind of went on.
Deodorized butt. Deodorized butt. Hurts when you fart. Stings when you poop.
And from there, I went and did my first ever collab with another channel, Two Aqua Dragons. That was a lot of fun, and they are really, really cool people. And I want to leave their channel in the description below. Check them out. And then, other than that, making more videos, introducing new characters, new lovable characters that you all know along the way. And everything was going great.
Now, let me just start off by saying, why the fuck did I agree to do this?
And then I took a break. I just felt like I needed to take a break. And I was getting very overwhelmed with everything. I was working 2 jobs at the time and doing this. And I just felt like the quality was going to go down a little bit. And that is not okay with me. I wanted to keep the quality up because you guys all deserve nothing less than the best. And that is true to my heart that you do. So I needed to take a break just to cool off, and I actually got accepted to UB at that time, going there for film production, and first video to come back, and my first comeback video, Carter and Figs. And that was actually my final video that I submitted it for the class. They all thought it was fucking hilarious, and I felt good to get filming again. And I wish that we took a little bit more time to film because there was a little bit of blue in there, and that was because it was getting dark. And but it was amazing, and it actually was picked for the film, like a film screening thing at the end of the year. And it went up against people that are seniors, and when it showed on the big screen, it was like a screen the size of like a movie screen. People were laughing their asses off, and like I'm like, wow, I need to keep going with this. This was amazing. People were crying, like they were laughing that hard. They were snorting. Holy shit! And it was like, the laughter started like 5 seconds in before anything even happened.
This right here, this is not cocaine.
How do you know it's not cocaine?
Yeah, what is it? I don't know. It smells like Sweet and Low to me. Yeah, it's Sweet and Low. Get the fuck out of my office.
This is bullshit, Chief. This is bullshit.
From that, we are still going strong. I'm still punching out videos, and like video game videos, skits are gonna be coming along the way. And we hit our 100 subscriber mark. That is insane. Wow. There's no words I can use to describe how awesome and how great of a feeling this is. And it's just insane, and you guys really, really mean the world to me. You guys, I don't know how to express myself, to show how much you guys really do. It's just incredible, and I want to take a little time to give a special thanks to a very long list of people that have helped me along the way. And, if it wasn't for you, if anywhere's from helping me film, helping me write scripts, helping me, get a hold of like things and stuff, none of this would have been possible. And thank you all so much. And especially, thank you to the fans, the Crumulites, the Crumulons, I don't know, the Crumb Army, whatever you want to call yourselves. Thank you all so much for this incredible journey, and here's to an awesome, bright future with the Lonely Crumb and Bottom of the Toaster Productions. And I don't know, I just love you all, and I don't know, it's hard. It's really hard to do this, but thank you all so much. And if you like the video, like it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and leave a comment below if you feel like it. And as always, Lonely Crumb.
I know what you're thinking, they can't make anything funnier. But you'd be wrong. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, damn.